Hi, I am Ben, if you are aware, you probably are. And you may be wondering what the fuck you're doing in your garden. Well, it's not my garden. Today we've got Sam on the camera who doesn't want to speak. He wishes still to shout out Hugh Plays though. Big ups. Big ups Hugh. And yeah, today, saying it's a little bit different, said that in every single video for the past few months, we're learning to skateboard. Now you may be wondering, Ben, I can't afford a skateboard. Well then, fucking buy one. I don't know. They're like 50 quid. I'll link somewhere down in the description, just get a basic one. I'm going to try and teach you how to skateboard. It's not going to be easy. And first, what you're going to want is find a bit of flat land. Now this is my drive. I'm lucky enough to have a drive. But anyone can find any sort of flat land, whether it's just your fucking back garden or whatever. It's just somewhere where you can run along, somewhere you can roll this along quite easily. It can be a road, especially now there's no one on the fucking roads. And yeah, just take an hour out every day and do these small tips. Don't do this. So first of all, you're going to want to learn which way you face. Now this is quite hard if you've got a bit of flat like this, but if we come down here, a hill, that's perfect. That's sort of what you want for this. Better if you've got both. Luckily I've got both. You can find a hill anywhere, much like you can find a flat bit anywhere. Go to a school, go to whatever, they're all abandoned these days. First, what you want to do is get the board like this. Just facing there, put your foot behind the back truck. Don't have to do it step for step, but just a general idea. And then what you're going to want to do is basically just get both your feet on the pegs of the board, so you can see the pegs here. You want to get your feet on them like this, just like this. And you're just going to want to go down, try not to turn, or maybe you can, and just roll down like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do the exact same, except you're going to put the board down, and I'm going to face away from you this time, and you're going to put your right foot forward, or your left foot forward, depending which one you did first. You put your other foot forward, and then you're going to put your feet on the board like so, and you're just going to ride it out. Now, whichever feels the most comfortable, remember that in your head. If you are left foot forward, like me, this is going to make this a lot easier. If you're right foot forward, then whatever. Right foot forward means you are goofy, left foot forward means you are regular. I am regular. Congrats. Okay, first we're going to do some pushing. So, as I said before, just put your board down, and what you're going to do, if you're left foot forward, do this stance with your, come close to my foot please. With your left foot, a bit like this, making for me a sad face. Same, and if you're right footed, the exact same but with your right foot. So whatever foot you face forward is going to be like there. And then what you're going to do is, you're going to, well, push, obviously, that's part of pushing. And pushing can be quite hard to get used to, but just, if you've got a hill, pushing up a hill is great, it's great practice. Even pushing, maybe not down a hill, that's quite hard. Pushing on flats, pushing, even if you're going to go to the shops and it's reasonably flat, just pushing to the shops, great practice. No matter how goofy you look, no one really cares. But what you're going to do when you first push is you're going to push and you're going to put your foot like this, almost like a T shape. It doesn't have to be directly a T because as you can see from me, I haven't got much balance in this, and you probably won't either unless you're like an acrobat or some shit. So what you're going to do is you're going to push and get it in a T shape, and then you're going to quickly, but not like this, but quickly and smoothly, you're going to want to shovel this foot along to a position where it's like this. So both feet are, again, perpendicular on the things. Because this is obviously this is the easiest spot to be in, it's the most comfortable, you've got the most balance, which is what you want. And when you're in this sort of position, you don't want to go like this, because then there's a chance you'll just go like this and die, depends how fast you're going. What you're going to want to do is keep your foot on the board and just sort of brush it along, like if you were doing some like tap dancing thing. You can even just practice this on the floor, just doing something like that, completely random and dumb, but it's always a bit of fun just to practice kind of random and dumb routines, because that's what skateboarding is. So I'll give you a bit of an example. I'll give you an exercise to do to practice. I think the best thing to do is, if you get a flat like this, what the best thing to do is try and get two decent sized pushers like so, and just get on the board like this. And it doesn't matter about turning, it doesn't matter about getting off, as long as you can just jump off, that is completely fine. It's pretty easy to jump off, but you just want to get two pushes in and then a ride down, and then you will be fine pretty much. And as long as you keep doing that, whether you're going up a hill, down a hill, into a hill, through a hill, over a hill, beside a hill, if you're going anywhere, then it just helps, and it makes you a lot more comfortable with getting on the board, which helps for things that are just like done like this. Yeah, like this, and you want to jump on the board. It all really helps, just really dumb small things like that are not necessarily good, but are just useful skills. Like for example, if I go like this, landing on the board is like, this position is vital, and getting into this position, you know, you want to be in that position all the time. You don't want to be in you don't want to get in the habit of being in this position or being in this position. That failed. Or being in some random other position, and you get in the habit of always landing, always being in this position, because that's the most comfortable position and the best position for most tricks. There's some random fancy tricks that require other positions, but that's always the nice landing position now. That's what you want to do. Just try push, even if you're just going to be like this. Have a hill, one of the best things to do is to basically just get on this, get in a nice pushing position, and just push up the hill. So what you can see there is I'm not like this, nor am I like this. We just want it to be nice and sort of casual and smooth. And the more casual it is, not only the cooler you look, I know, but the more professional and the better you look, the more professional you look, and the easier it is to operate, if you like it's some sort of fucking gun or something. It's a skateboard. Anyway, that's about pushing done. If you do need any help, leave me a message on Instagram. I'm going to plug it there, Bonsus504. Instagram, Twitter, but I don't use Twitter. Twitch, but why the fuck would you message me on Twitch? Other things. Anyway, we're finally going to get to, I'd say, the fun part. The part that I enjoy. Now I'm going to give you a quick example of what turning can get into. It's more, the first type of turning is basically what I did there, just not as exaggerated. So all you're going to do is you're going to go down. So if you're left foot forward, you're going to do this. If you're right foot forward, you're going to do this. I am doing everything left foot forward, just spin myself around if you want to do a right foot forward, pretty much. And with the left foot forward, all you can do, you're not going to turn your body. You don't see me going like this, because then I die. What you do, it's very much just ankle and leg movements. So if you look, it's more just like this and like this. My body only moves to compensate for the push. If you know the mechanics of a skateboard, what you'll know is that these are like pressure-based pushing. So when you get on the board, it's all based off of where you're leaning almost with your feet, and that's where it pushes down. So you don't want to lean with your body. In a snowboard, it's all about your shoulders, whereas this is sort of about your shoulders, but it's more about your feet for actually turning. As I said before, your shoulders and your body just compensate for the changes in the board. So that's the main sort of thing, and you basically just want to find a hill and do what I've been doing. Get to the top of the hill, stand like this, turn, maybe get a bit more speed, maybe try push, turn, maybe feeling confident, get an obstacle or something to like put a rock down and just try and turn around the rock. You have to know slaloms or anything just yet, but try and do something where at least you feel the pressure to turn around. Something helps a lot, it makes you progress a lot more. It's the same with ollies. And then once you're done the turning, that is the main basics of turning. But what we're going to do now is we're going to do more quicker turning. So I think it's called tic-tacking, but I'm getting that from a year 3 lesson from first school. And this can be used mainly for sharp turns like this, when you just want to turn around quickly. But probably mostly is when you're doing grinds on like or trying to get a stall on a ramp up. Because what you'll do is you'll go up like so, and you'll stop halfway on the coping, so the metal bit, and you'll stand like this, and you have to sort of turn to get up there. It doesn't just happen, obviously. So they're the main 2 reasons why I use this, so it's not exactly as important as normal turning, but it's still important nonetheless, because if you don't have this, you're not going to do anything good. So what you're going to do is you're going to move your foot to a position a bit like this, and what you're going to do is you're just going to move and keep a bit of balance to just go around like this. Now it doesn't have to be 180, because 9 times out of 10 it'll be 90 degrees or maybe a bit more than that. So it doesn't have to be 180, but it's always nice to get just 180 in. It's also useful for when you are doing something like this, and have to turn around to switch positions or something. So it's useful in those things, and I don't really know the best way to practice that, except probably just, as I said, or as I showed, just going like this and practicing to turn around, and just doing that, and then maybe switching it up, so doing it with this foot or whatever. As you can see, I need to practice that. It's useful, there's like 4 ways you can do it, and it's useful if you know all 4, because every practice is practicing some respects and it'll make you better. And what's good with skateboarding is you always want to be feeling like you're progressing at something. That's the basics. But since we've got pretty much turning, pivoting done, we're moving to the final beginner stage. Now this is, I'll call it advanced beginner, and this is an ollie. So an ollie is, I'd say, almost as famous as a kickflip. Everyone goes on about a kickflip, but please don't try the kickflip before you can ollie. So an ollie is just a jump like that. It's basically just getting both wheels off the floor at the same time. Now this can take from a month, a week, to a year. I have a friend that's been doing it a year, he still can't ollie, so that's sad on his half. So it's a quite hard skill to get the grip, so even now to this day I still don't have the ollie nailed down, but it's the very first trick you want to learn. Now to practice, there's many guides. The easiest one is to get in a position you are comfortable with. Your forward face like this, and look at my feet. You want your feet like this and feeling quite balanced. Also something I'll point out, if you feel like this is too wobbly, or if it's not wobbly enough, what you can do is, these bolts here you can tighten and untighten with a skate tool. Skate tools are about £5, they're really cheap, and for what they are, you sort of need them. So they are really useful to get, and they're well worth your money. So anyway, all you can do is be in this sort of position. You want to be able to push down and scrape up. It's not like this. You see anyone doing an ollie for the first time, and they're like this. That's not what you want. Aggression doesn't get you higher ollies. Aggression just gets you probably worse ollies. So what you're going to do is you want to push down until you have a position a bit like this. Then you're going to just scrape up. You watch my feet. You can actually see, if you look at my shoe, you can actually see the marks where I've done an ollieing, and that's why you want good shoes. Don't have mesh shoes, because on mesh shoes, they break very easily. This has lasted me well over half a year, so mesh shoes last about a week of like persistent skating. The habit of being able to go like this, and back, this, and back, and just getting into quite a comfortable position, being able to do it quite well. So once you feel comfortable, so maybe spend 5 or 10 minutes just doing this. It seems boring, but if you do it in 5 or 10 minutes, it means you could be one of the people that learns an ollie in a month rather than a year. So just stick with it. And you just want to learn this over and over again. Just keep doing it. It doesn't matter if you roll. It is best obviously on a flat. It's obviously best on a flat, even on grass. On grass, even just getting the basics, on grass is probably, I wouldn't say the best, but it's good. Carpet is great. Carpet is probably the best thing. It's how I learned to ollie, because not only does it not move your board as much, it's springy, so it's easier to jump up, whereas grass is quite the opposite, because it doesn't let you pop as much. So carpet is great. If you've got a carpet, clean your wheels, put it on there. Make sure your parents aren't watching. I'm not claiming to be some professional. I feel like that's why this guide is best for you, because I'm fucking shit as well, so cool. And once you get the basic ollie, a car will come, and in this car it will show you the next trick. So this next trick is an ollie, but it's moving. So an ollie but moving is probably the final stage of beginner, I'd say, on like just flat ground. So all it is, it's very similar when you're moving, but you just want to almost push forward and catch the board with your foot. It's not something you do. It's not something you do instinctively. You just got to keep repeating it, keep slobbering all over it, just getting it all ready to go. And that's great for just landing on the board, getting used to landing on the board and getting used to the feel of how everything is when you're moving. So overall, that is probably the very basics, and I hope I've covered it for you. If I haven't, DM me, as I said, on my socials, and I'm out of breath. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, subscribe, like the video, turn notifications on, and subscribe to Hugh Plays.